Hello everyone. Oh, there's an accident. I'm back at it again. I am so tired, if you can't tell. I just got off of work, but I'm here. Basically, today I'm doing another theory video. I'm also gonna be doing a makeup look from Wano, his alligator look from a couple years ago. It's like this. I'll put it on the screen. I'm gonna try to do that eye makeup while explaining, just to give you a little more entertainment as I'm doing the theory video. Did I even say what I was doing this for? This is for Kiss or Death, the new music video that Monsta X came out with. And I'm basically gonna be helping me explain it and explain what's happening, even though I don't really know what's happening myself. It's okay. Also, I literally pay more attention to these music videos than I do my own homework. So hopefully that means I found things. I don't know. I honestly don't even think that the notes that I have right now are enough for what's actually happening. I might add some stuff mid-video, but we'll see. But anyways, let's get into it. I've seen a couple of comments recently on my theory videos that have been making me a little happy, and that people have been like waiting for my theories on certain Monsta X music videos to come out. So I don't know, I like seeing that. It makes me want to keep doing these, because sometimes I don't know if I'm even doing anything right, so that helps. But anyways, let's just get started. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about is literally the first scene in the music video, which is the fact that there's a disclaimer saying that the people depicted in this aren't real people, the events, stuff like that, which we've never seen in a Monsta X music video before. And it's normally something that they put before movies or TV shows. So I honestly think that this is just, again, trying to stay in that movie realm, which it actually is, because I'll tell you what movie it is. Also, I burnt my finger on the oven. I don't know if you can see it, but that's why my finger looks weird. The movie that they did this time is based off of a movie called Murder on the Orient Express, which I'm sure a couple people have figured that out, because it's quite obvious if you really look deep into the music video and if you know anything about like train movies. I did search up a couple just to make sure that that's the one that they were going off of. I was thinking maybe it was this one called Source Code. I don't know, because it kind of has to do with time. So I was thinking maybe it was that, but the more you kind of look deeper into this music video, the more it makes sense that it's not actually that, but it is Murder on the Orient Express. So in that movie, there is a murder that happens on a train, and they're trying to rule out all the suspects. The suspects are all the people that are on the train. And if there's a murder, there's a murderer. In the movie, there's a professor, butler, count, assistant, governess, missionary, widow, salesman, maid, doctor, princess, and detective. Oh, so I guess the person who gets killed is Johnny Depp's character, who is Edward Ratchet. I don't know who he is. I never watched the movie or read the books. The detective. The detective was the murderer. Okay, honestly, that's all I need to know. I literally just watched the trailer of that movie and I was like, I bet you it's the detective. But yeah, I looked at another couple of like movies that take place on a train. None of them really matched up with it. So the vibes that I kind of got from other music videos that this is kind of like similar to was Beautiful, Connect, Follow, Wanted. And so I went back to like watch those and kind of still see a connection. As we've seen through like basically every single Monsta X music video, is that the watches are always very important. We've literally seen them in almost every single music video to this day. And then Changyun has a paper, it's a wanted poster, and it says it has prize money of $100,000 to catch Monsta X. which honestly, $100,000 for 7 people, it's not that much. Who would do it? And they're like criminals? No. Changhyun seems annoyed by it, and he throws it down and like tries to rip it up at some point. But later on, there's a clip of him writing on a typewriter, so maybe he's writing those papers or changing them, or he's writing the papers that we see at the end. Each member has the watch. Maybe this means that each music video from kind of starting with the watches is showing how each member is getting their own watch and how they've been time warping. So each member can have one by now. There's also something at the end that alludes to them all being one person, which is never something that I thought about like ever during this lore. So I think that's definitely gonna get really interesting as it goes on, especially if they keep that, because this is the first time that they're introducing it. And then there's a lot of scenes where each member goes to do the same action or something like that and then turns into another member. Changhyun leans into a window and it turns into Minhyuk, to which are looking at Juhan in a train car. When Minhyuk looks into another cart, he sees Changhyun. He walks to the next carriage, it turns into Hyungwon. He's looking in each room, but it doesn't seem like he sees anyone. He turns around to the cart expanding, it turns black and white. This will show up again later. Kihyun starts packing and looks at a watch, which switches to Shonu, and then they're shown standing in the same place. This can mean that they are all one person, or they are all in different timelines, all at the same time and place, using the watch to warp. Minhyuk and Hyungwon look to be trying to escape from something. Minhyuk later sees Kihyun frantically packing, and Minhyuk might be the only one who can see all of them at separate times, and switching with Hyungwon. Like when he looks at Shonu, but when the camera comes back, it changes from Minhyuk to Hyungwon. They also trade spots on top of the train. Hyungwon later sees someone in front of the train carriage in front of his, and I personally think that this could either be him or Minhyuk, which would be quite interesting. Or because we see the same scene later on, he opens it and then there's a white light. The time warp is detected and there's an explosion of a celestial being like in Follow, which basically means the start of something new. I think here with the explosion, it could mean that they all time warped at the same time. There's a scene where Hyungwon is talking to someone on a walkie-talkie, and to me, it reminded me the most of a scene in Fantasia where Hyungwon was on a telephone, and in that video, I was like, oh, who could he be talking to? And I was thinking that it could be Minhyuk, because there's another scene where they are looking in a reflection, but it's each other, not themselves. And then we see Minhyuk with the walkie-talkie, so this could be confirming that it was Minhyuk who he was talking to in Fantasia, and that they are obviously working together more than the other members are working with each other. Minhyuk also then switches to Kihyun. There's also a lot of warping as they're walking. Then Kihyun turns to Shonu. They begin to do some actions while running, but flipped, so it seems like if not all the members are the same person, then certain members are the same person, or it's just showing that they are in different timelines, because when I see black and white, I always think, oh, it's in the past. Then the scene of opening the carriage happens again. It goes from Hyungwon Shonu to Kihyun, who opens the carriage, to a white light, like Hyungwon did. So probably just showing, again, that they're the same person, stuff like that. I honestly had no idea why the train was in space. I mean, it could possibly be that they're finally going to the new world that they created, which if you want to know more about that, I'd say go back to my Follow music video theory. And then here's where the Murder on the Orient Express starts to come in. It has mainly to do with Juhan. So Juhan is taking photos of a room of one of the carts, and there's evidence markers everywhere, meaning that a crime went down in the carriage or he's some kind of investigator. So obviously our detective investigator in Murder on the Orient Express was the killer. This is how Juhan gets the watch. So maybe he killed someone in order to get the watch. I don't know who that someone was, but Yeah, then Minhyuk sees it going down and he's like, whoa. So, don't know what that's about. There's a couple other things like on the newspaper at the end. It says, Private Investigator MX, possibly pointing to Juhan again. All the witnesses and testimonies are collectively pointing towards one identity. This could be referencing the murderer, or it's referencing that each person in Monsta X is the same person, which again we haven't seen before, so it's gonna get a little wild, but I'm excited for that. Other things on there say the time warp, the same person with a question mark, and a lamppost. I don't know why there's a lamppost. There's also a little writing. I was trying to like write it out myself to understand what it was saying. Couldn't do that, so if somebody knows, please let me know. Mysterious explosion, so that was I'm gonna guess that was the celestial being that exploded in the music video. And then another thing that I wanted to mention is that in the Wanted music video, there's a lot of screens, kind of like how we saw in the spaceship. I want to call it a spaceship. It looks like they're in a spaceship part of the music video with all the TV screens, and it shows this Earth, which I think is the one that exploded. Like, I don't know. That just kind of makes sense to me. Which I think it's Earth. It could be another planet, but I don't know. Who cares? Maybe it's Earth. I mean, remember, like, there was all those people on it. Other things that I saw was Kian had a spyglass and a newspaper as well. Also in Wanted, Hyungwon has a newspaper. So, and then we've seen a newspaper in Fantasia as well, and Changhyun was burning it. So, and it's all had to do with Monsta X. So maybe they're trying to get rid of evidence, stuff like that. Maybe they're, I don't know. I feel like it's all being written by Changhyun, which is kind of weird, but I guess we'll see. Maybe he's writing one for the next music video, so if something comes up, maybe it's him that wrote it, or he's the one who wrote it at the end. Who knows? And I haven't seen the movie Murder on Orient Express to tell you enough about which member is representing which character. And then in one of the backgrounds of the scene with Changhyun, there's a picture of someone, at least I think it's a person, of someone connected to a Wanted poster. So I was trying really hard to figure out who that was. I couldn't see it because the quality of the music video wasn't that good since it got blocked in America like super fast. So I've just been finding it off of other people, and it's really hard to see anything else than like what's right up close in your face. So if anyone does know, it'd be really cool if you can tell me what's going on, and if Changhyun's trying to like put the blame on someone or something, or if he knows who's behind everything, you know, things like that. So yeah, again, the other thing, like with the different watches, you can even see in a part of like Changhyun's carriage that there's all these different watches on this one paper. So the reasoning behind saying that it could be just one person is that each member is matching each other's time frequencies. I might be thinking of the wrong word, but that's what I'm going for. So maybe like 6 turns into 1. Maybe the reason why they're wanted is because of destroying the world, something like that. I'm editing the video right now, and I just had a thought. What if these ones aren't Monsta X, but the ones who are hunting down Monsta X? Because why would they be looking for time warps unless they're looking to find members from Monsta X? Maybe they're finding the ones that are from the other timelines too. Yeah, that's basically all that I found for now. I'm sure there's a lot that I missed that I'm gonna have to go back. But yeah, thanks for watching. I hope I kind of did this justice. I feel like this one's a lot smaller or a lot shorter than other ones that I've done because I don't think that there's a lot to work with here. Lore-wise, it's more on a storyline aspect than it is lore. So yeah, I hope I helped explain if you guys didn't really know what was going on or if you wanted to know. Because that's what I'm here for. But yeah, thanks for watching this video. I am coming out with another video pretty soon, I think, for my reaction. A metal group or a metal band or a metal singer. I don't know what I'm reacting to just yet, but we'll find out in that video. So Join if you want to. Okay, bye guys.